So, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to our knowledge sharing series for the ASSP Nigerian chapter 2024-2025 chapter year. This is the first knowledge sharing series we are having for the chapter year, and I want to welcome you once again. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Can hear you
Okay.
loud.
Loud
Okay,
and
thank you
go
very much, sir.
Sunday.
Thank you very much, everyone. So,
Yes, I can.
we'll be going
I can hear
straight
you.
away to the first on the agenda, which is the welcome address by the chapter's president. I see he's not on the call yet, but I want to welcome one of the chapter executives, Dr. Henry, to do that on his behalf. Over to you, Dr. Henry.
All right. Thank you very much, Abanu. Everybody, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this edition of the knowledge sharing series. We hope that it will be, we are expectant that it will be very highly, educative and enlightening. So thank you to the resource person who has volunteered to do this for us. We appreciate your efforts, and also for everyone who has taken time to join. We thank you for making this appointment and wish you a very good learning experience. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Henry. So we're going to the next on the agenda, which is the reading of the speaker's profile. I'll be doing that to introduce our speaker for today's knowledge sharing series, which is titled Continuous Professional Development, a Vehicle for Professional Development. We'll be having our speaker today, Engineer Ben. So I'll be going through his profile. Engineer Ben is a senior safety and loss prevention engineer with 24 plus years industry, extensive technical experience working with multicultural disciplinary teams in Europe and Africa. Engineer Benjamin has a bachelor's degree in electrical electronics engineering from Rivers State University. He has a master's of business administration from University of Limassol. He also has a master's of engineering in energy engineering from Savannah University of Applied Sciences. He is currently pursuing a Doctor of Philosophy, PhD in Safety Sciences at West Virginia University, USA. He's a registered engineer Korean. He's an associate member of Energy Institute. He's a corporate member of the Nigeria Society of Engineers. He's a fellow of Chartered Management Consultant, Nigeria. He's a certified management specialist from London Graduate School, UK. He's a graduate member, Association of MBAs and Business Graduates Association. He's a certified management consultant, International Council of Management Consulting Institute. These are some of his HSC trainings and certifications. He's a professional member of ASSP Nigerian chapter. He's a technical member of IOSH. He has NEBOSH IGC, NEBOSH International Oil and Gas Operational Safety. He also has certification from British Safety Council, Health and Safety for director and senior managers. He is a certified environment and safety manager from the Environment and Safety Management Institute. He is certified to ISO 45001 lead auditor certification and is currently doing his level 7 diploma in strategic health and safety leadership and management. I want to indulge all of us to give a standing welcome with reactions on the chat column to welcome our speaker for today. I will stop sharing my screen, Engineer Ben, so that you can start doing same. Thank you, sir.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Engineer Ben. Can I hear you loud and clear?
Good. I think the network was even breaking, but I think it's clear now. Maybe you can share the.
Okay, I should share the presentation from my end.
Yes.
Okay, let me bring it up right away. So please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see the screen
Yes.
very clearly.
Okay, so you let me know when I should move to the next slide.
All right, so how many I can basically summarize them?
Hello,
Did you hear me? Yes.
I didn't get the last part. Yeah.
The network is still giving us some little issues here and there. Okay, can you hear me? Let me just start.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. You can go ahead, sir. When you want me to move to the next slide, just say next slide.
Yeah, I will. Yes, I will say next. Okay, we already know the topic we want to handle today. Basically, this will be our first webinar since we came on board. But we are going to build upon this and then see how much we can achieve before the tenure runs out. We are sharing this knowledge sharing series so that we can help the young ones as well, and some of us too who might have been in the profession for some time, to take a retrospect and then also go back to the drawing board and begin to do some things that are relevant for our career development. You can go to the next slide. The next. Yeah, so we want to talk about career development. I want to use continuous professional development as the basis or the vehicle for your career development. When we started this career, or when some of us started more than 20 years ago, it wasn't the way it is now. And because the career or the environment wasn't also crowded like we have now, we have so many people are involved. You know, when we started, it was like, will this profession pay? Is it something that, because it was different from what we are used to, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and all of that stuff. But something new is coming into play. Is it going to pay? You know, so some hard. So career is a profession, occupation that an individual pursues for a significant portion of their life in order to support their livelihood and attain personal and professional growth. That is basically a career. So a doctor, somebody who is a doctor is in a career, a teacher, a professor, university lecturer, bricklayers, carpenters, merchants. So these are all professions. Another language for career is profession, like we used to use them interchangeably. The next slide. So some careers are highly specialized and they require a narrow set of skills and knowledge, while others are more on a general basis and they offer a broader range of job functions. Frankly, a successful career typically involves a combination of both hard work, continuous learning, and improvement, which is what we are going to talk about now. The next slide. So now, what is career development? We have been able to know what a career is. So we are all involved in one set of career or the other. Well, for us on this platform, we are more of safety professionals. And so what is career development? Career development is the lifelong process of expanding. It's a lifelong process of learning. It's a lifelong process of improving your career. And this involves several parameters. Some people they are in a fix in deciding what career to chase, while some already have a pathway of the career they want to follow. Some of us, we never had that opportunity because for us to start from or go along with what we have read in university, that means we must have an opportunity to be employed as a graduate trainee or whatever, where we cannot build our career along that line. But some of us does not have that opportunity. So what do? You need to choose something that you know you are inclined to, something that you love, something that you like doing. And so it is determining your passion. What is your passion telling you? What do you like doing? Something you feel very comfortable with doing. And in career development, you also set career goals. There are goals, just like in a project, there are milestones, there are objectives for the project. The same thing applies to your career development. There should be goals and objectives for your career. At some point in time, this is what you want to achieve. You are in the university, it takes you 4 years or 5 years to graduate, either as an engineer or maybe a lawyer. But again, after that, what next? So you must set objectives. Are you going to go for a master's degree? Are you going to go for some short courses here and there to be able to develop yourself? And then again, you can also, your career development can also be in the form of progressing within one company for several years. Now, I think this is no more innovative. I may be wrong, but I think this is no more innovative in the sense that you hardly find places where you will spend the rest of your life, 30, 40 years doing one particular thing. Well, we can always find that probably the big players like NNPC, like Shell, Chevron, Egypt. We can find people like that in those kind of places. But basically, most of the jobs we have these days are project-minded, meaning they have duration of time. Some 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you move to the next one. And again, in developing your career, it also means switching careers as your interest and skill changes. For instance, when I was in Shell as a contract service worker, I was never a Shell staff, but when I started my career there as a safety officer, I saw people who were engineers and then they later moved to HR. So they were just moving them, and then their career interest began to change. I saw all of that. There are some of them who are not safety professionals. They end up being a safety professional. Like one of the directors in Shell, one of the directors in S Energy, she's the director in health and safety. I knew her then. She was a mechanical engineer and she was a production manager also, team A or B. Yeah, but now along the line, she was moved to health and safety. So they keep moving them, along the line. So while you are ultimately responsible for your own career development, your employer may also have interest in your progression. That is when you find yourself in a good environment where there is opportunity for growth, there is opportunity for development. Otherwise, some of us developed ourselves all by ourselves. We never had the opportunity of organizations sponsoring us. We decided to get it done ourselves, and we got to where we are today. So, but not every company, but some invest time and resources into an employee. Next slide. The next slide. So what career is and what we have been able to also define career development. And then what are the guidelines? What are the tips that will help in your career development? One, you must explore your interests. What are the things that interest you? Career changes. Some people, they are 50, but they are changing career. But whatever you have done before is still useful in your next career because you are building upon where you stopped. So you explore your interests. You can explore your interests at any age. Doing so may help you decide what career to pursue. For instance, I remember when I was about graduating from university, I was thinking what to do. In case I don't get a job that will give me entry position, I was in Shell and I was making application. I didn't get entry position. What do I do? And then I saw the opportunity. I wanted to go to IT, but developing and doing IT training, for some of us who are conversant with NIT, when they first came out, their prices were something else. It was out of the world. And I don't have such. My salary was just how much? 5,000 when I started work. And then how do I train myself? So I looked at the option, and the one that interested me most became health and safety. Now, the reason is because Shell was incorporating everybody into health and safety. Whether you are a staff, contract worker, or whatever, you must be part of health and safety. So that is where my interest for health and safety started. Far back 1998, and I took it from there till what I have now. So you must explore your interest. You must also determine your ideal career. What is the exact career you want? Some people want to be lawyers and they want to stick to being a lawyer. Some people want to be engineers and they want to stick to being an engineer. For we that are in the health and safety profession, is this something we want to do? Is this something that we love to do? Or we are doing it because what you want, you have not gotten it. It is good. But again, in developing yourself, you must determine your ideal career so that you don't waste time, you don't waste resources. The next slide, please. And then again, you must also list your strengths. What are your capabilities? What are your, in SWOT analysis, they talk about strength, weakness, opportunities, and all of that stuff. So you must look at your strength. What are the things you are good at? You must look at all that to be able to help you decide on your career. And then you must also determine your values and your purpose. What values do you want to bring to the table? What are your own personal values? You must also look at that. I take pleasure in saving lives and protecting lives and property. So it's not something I want to change anytime soon because I love the profession and the profession has been fair. So you must determine your values and your purpose. You also must visualize your ideal career. One key way to visualize your career is even when you have not found your feet is to look at, do you see yourself in a kind of, in a working environment? You see yourself sitting on a kind of chair. You see yourself as a coordinator. You see yourself as a manager. Visualize yourself. All of that could spur you, could drive you further into developing yourself. The next slide. The next slide. Again, you must also set SMART goals. These are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and they are time-based. Setting specific career goals can give you something tangible to work towards as you improve your career development. When setting career goals, it can be useful to set SMART goals. Now, we're all seeing the way the economy is. So it would be unwise not to set SMART goals and invest money, waste money in something that may not be useful to you. So you must check as a safety professionals, what are the courses you are likely going to do? And again, you must go into courses that will push you further. Every course is important. Every course, doesn't matter how small they are. But again, when money is involved, then you must think well because you don't want to waste money doing what may not profit you with time. So you must do something that will sell you, something that will, when you put it in your CV, you become marketable. You become, interviews. You have several interviews here and there. So you must set goals. What are the goals you intend to achieve? Sometimes they could be short term, sometimes they could be mid-term, and sometimes they could be long-term goal. For them to take me like 3 years to finish it. That's a long-time goal. There are short-time goals. 6 months, 1 month, 1 week. There are also mid-term. From 6 months, 1 year could be mid-term goals. So you set those kind of goals and chase them in the development of your career. And your careers and also your SMART goals must also be time-based. It's not something you keep doing forever and ever. No, it's something that must be time-based. Like I said, some courses will take 1 week, some courses take 2 weeks, some 1 month, some 6 months, and so on. That is the way it is. So keeping a SMART guidelines in mind can help you create effective goals that you may be able to achieve and track successfully. The next slide. The next slide. So another key point that you must take home is you learn new skills. Acquire new and relevant skills can help you in your progress towards your career goals. Here are 4 soft skills that nearly every position can benefit from. For instance, critical thinking. You need to learn the ability to think critically, thinking outside the box. It allows you to identify and overcome challenges by analyzing data, facts. To expand your critical thinking skill, learn more hard skills related to your role to make it easier and identify and solve problems. Then you must also learn emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence in others and effectively communicating your ideas. The next slide. The next slide. Another thing that could help you in your career development is teamwork. Teamwork involves sharing ideas and assisting co-workers with tasks to achieve goals and create a skills. Make sure you listen to your co-workers and attempt to include them in the activities. Negotiation is another skill that you can learn. You can negotiate in a conversation, and that can help. That helps 2 or more parties reach an agreement, and that can be useful. It can be a useful workplace skill for solving co-worker conflict or discussing a range of soft skills. That there are also technical skills for we that are in the profession. There are technical skills for beginners. There are technical skills that you can engage yourselves into. For instance, risk assessments. You have to go learn how to do a risk assessment. Accident investigation and reporting. You need to go and learn how to do accident investigation and reporting. Hazard identification. These are technical skills that you could learn. You could do them separately as an independent course to be able to understand the framework better than just learning general course. Again, the 5th one is you have LinkedIn. I have a lot of mentees, people who reach out to me to mentor. And also network with people who have probably they have achieved more than you do in the profession. You could connect with them, ask them questions. How do they go about it? I see my profile and they feel impressed, but I am not impressed because I want to achieve more, but they feel impressed. And of course, it's not something you achieve in a short period of time. These are several years of labor, several years of pains, before we got to where we are. So networking will expand, will help also in your career development. For example, if you're a safety officer, a safety professional, and you're not a member of ASP or any other professional body, it's an opportunity to join and attend conferences, to attend meetings, to attend, collaborate with them. All of that gives us the opportunity to learn and develop ourselves. We that are part of it, we are also learning from the conferences, from the webinars, we are learning. No man knows everything. We learn every day on daily basis. Next slide. Another thing that can help is finding a mentor. I can remember when we started, these things were not all over the place like we have now. And mentors were not readily available for them to mentor you. So I happen to be among those who had to carve a niche for themselves. We are self-starters. We didn't wait for people to begin to show us the way. We had to find the way. We made mistakes along the line, but we found the way. So now it's a lot more easier for those who are coming into the profession or those who are young. Find a mentor, somebody you look up to in the profession, somebody will guide you. The profession, frankly, the profession pays, and it's a respected profession. So find a mentor, advisors that can offer young professionals advice and guidance while they progress in their career. Your mentor could be any of the following: It could be a current or a past manager. It could be a member of your professional network, like somebody in ASP. It could be a mentor. It could be a co-worker with more experience. A mentor will provide you with a trusted experience perspective that can help you define your career goals. Consider meeting with your mentor weekly. Depending on your schedule, you can meet with your mentor. I remember when I started and then learning about general health and safety, and then I came across some technical terms, and I was wondering, what aspect of safety is this? And then I knew somebody who was working in Bonny, then LNG. And then by then I've not even started, but while I was learning the process, I came across technical terms like AZOP and all of those terms, AZOP, SEAL, safety integrity level and all that. And I was wondering, what do they really mean? Safety instrumented systems. And I called this guy and I went to him and I said, what is this? And he said, well, this is technical safety in process, plant, process environment. So there I was able to learn something. So that's, at that point in time, he was able to educate me what I didn't know because I was getting confused. The next slide. Again, another way to go about developing your career is you can enroll into a career development program. There are various or many free online resources that you can use in developing yourself. I remember somebody getting to me, somebody that met me in the conference, the last conference that we heard, and the person was looking for a course provider, NIBOSH exactly, that the person thought would be cheaper. But surprisingly, when I heard the price, it is something out of this world. And I was wondering, how can young professionals develop themselves with this kind of situation, coupled with inflation in the society? Where will they cough out 700,000 to do just NIBOSH certificate? And I was wondering, and I saw the pathetic situation they found themselves. And one thing that occurred to me was how I started. When I started, NIBOSH was about 350,000 naira. My salary was then 30,000 naira. It's not something I can afford. But I had to take advantage of the little courses, both online, offline, face-to-face, short courses, 10,000, like the one with eSports. And I started developing myself with those short, smaller courses that I can afford. It took me about 13 years for me to get to where I can now say, okay, now I can do NIBOSH. And then when that opportunity came, I had to do 2 at a time. And I spent almost 800,000 naira doing the 2. So that is it. So you can't wait. For instance, if you're a young professional, you don't have to wait and begin to struggle. First, develop yourself with the short courses around you, the ones you can afford. And then that will open better door for you. When you get to that level, then you can use the resources that you have gathered and then develop yourself to the next level, because it's a very precarious situation. So enroll in career development programs. Some companies, they do have programs. There are also some programs. Hybrid runs some programs, free courses, free 6-month course. This other guy, I can't remember his name again, he also runs another program like that. These are like corporate social responsibility they are giving back to the society. So people should take advantage of such kind of professional development and improve themselves. To the next slide. So a career development plan can help you create a thorough outline you can follow to achieve specific goals. Follow these steps and they will help you take actionable plan. Determine your long-term goal. I have said this before. A long-term goal will help you focus in your career interest. The goal could involve a dream job title, salary, lifestyle. For instance, you want to earn 2 million naira as a safety professional in a month. You need experience. You need also development, professional development, to be able to get to that level. to end such. You cannot end such with just from scratch, except you find favor in the sight of God and you find yourself into a good multinational that pays you well. Otherwise, that is the way it goes. So you create long-term goal. You want to be a director, you start somewhere. You also decide on milestone to meet your long-term goal. Separating your overall goal into smaller steps, you must break them into smaller steps. That will make completing tasks easier and helps you remain motivated. For instance, you would like to become a safety director. You must first set goals like completing relevant education or becoming a safety officer. From there, you can move to supervisor, coordinator, superintendent, whatever. You can become an assistant manager. And then from managerial position, you are likely going to move to a directorate position. All of this takes time, takes resources, takes determination, resilience to be able to develop your career and achieve this kind of milestone. The next slide. Again, you also need to create actionable tasks. People write things down, but they don't follow it through. You know, Bible said, write the vision down, make it plain. When you write it, you keep writing. When you write it, you look at it from time to time, you keep looking at it. You know that you cannot be distracted until you achieve that. That has been my own strategy. I write it down. Even what I will achieve in the next 2 years, they are all written down. And when I look at, I go back to them from time to time to look at them, and they give me the drive to move ahead. So you need to draft a list of activities, classes or programs that will help you reach your goal. A mentor can offer advice about particular training you could undergo. You also track your progress. Understand the relevant duties and how you are progressing towards your goal can allow you to create realistic understanding of your progress. The next slide. Okay, here comes the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Ben, for your presentation. It has been about 25-30 minutes of learning and discussion for me. I trust others will also feel the same. So we'll be moving over to question and answer. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, contributions that you want to share, you can raise up your hand and we'll ask you to unmute and ask your question. So we have one hand raised, Mr. Akpeweleleji. You can unmute and speak.
Okay, thank you so much, Engineer, for this privilege, this opportunity to learn from your vast years of experiences. Basically, my question is looking at the technological advancements and innovation with AI and other, robotics and all of those advancements in technology. What is the fate of the QHSE or HSE profession in the nearest future? How do we position ourselves to be relevant with this advancement in technology? Thank you.
Okay, in response to your question. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, in response to your question, the thing is that a lot of people are so scared of this AI stuff, AI, robotics, and all of that, taking over jobs and all that. Yes, in some sectors, they will actually take over certain jobs, but not certainly in every sector. Human interface with job will always continue. And of course, you need to understand that these technologies are also manned by human beings. So that means while they are taking a certain level of jobs, they are also creating jobs for certain people as well. So even as a safety professional, you must learn to begin to appreciate AI and begin to use them. Your ability to begin to use them will help you also in your next move. For instance, there are organizations, I was working in an organization where Power BI was used. That was my first time of using such. We do all our reporting, global reporting on Power BI. That is where we go weekly report, monthly report is shared through the Power BI. Now that is to say I have learned something. But if you don't acquaint yourself with such information, that means you are likely going to be left out. So for now, let's not be scared of what technology is doing. Technology is actually doing a fantastic job. In fact, it's making learning easier. Technology has made learning a lot more easier. When I was doing my MBA, University of Limassol, and then I had to go for about 5 months internship, work internship precisely. So that was how I left Cyprus and I went to Finland, and I spent about 3 years in Finland. And then I started my engineering degree, master's in energy engineering. That's where I started it. And then the COVID hit. When COVID came, because this is a developed world, because they had already made arrangements, they made preparation. It's like forecasting the future. Okay, what if anything happens? How are we going to do? What do we do about our learning process? So they have a platform. There is no school in Europe that does not have an online platform for learning, even though they have face-to-face learning. But so when COVID came, everybody was sent online, including those in the primary school. They all went online. So now if I was not conversant with online learning, then I'll begin to have difficulties going about online learning. So it's exactly the way it is. So people should begin to acquaint themselves with what AI is. Some AI is automatically installed. For instance, I saw AI installed on my WhatsApp. I did not install it. I don't know how it came, but I was just seeing a symbol. And I looked at it, I said, what is this? And I began to use it. I later found out it was AI attached to WhatsApp. So I could ask questions there. So if we begin to learn to use them, the better it is for us to get acquainted. Because how do you use them is one key thing that you must learn how to do and appreciate. I hope this answers your question. Maybe somebody can throw more light on that.
Yes, sir, it does. Thank you so much. I was just particular about what relevant skills can each HSC personnel start looking at to position themselves well because of these changes. That was what I was just. Thank you so much for your response.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Ben. So we have another hand raised up, that of, I don't know if it's Mr., Miss, or Mrs. Shie Doziem. You can mute and speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abana, Mr. Doziem. Thank you, sir, Mr. Ben. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
loud and clear. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. Sir, my question is this.
Yes, I can hear you well.
Which would you prefer? Which would you prefer as a newbie or a newbie in safety? Is it better to go for a salary or to go for experience when you are searching for a job in safety?
I'm not hearing you clearly. But I'm not.
I said, sir, as a newbie in safety,
I didn't get your question.
Is it advisable to look at the salary?
I didn't get your question.
I'm saying, okay. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
As a newbie in safety, is it advisable to look at salary or experience that one will gather when one is searching for a job?
Okay, sorry, I think the network went off and it's back again. Okay, you said if salary or experience, something like that.
What should one consider first when searching for a job? Is it salary or the experience to be gathered?
Every profession has a price to pay. If you find yourself in an organization that pays you well without experience, the better for you. Otherwise, most organizations will not pay you well without experience. You need the experience to excel in health and safety. If you chase money, then you are not ready to grow yet. A time will come, you will chase money. All right? When you will be the one to decide the kind of salary you want. Because you will be getting several interviews. And again, when you have tested certain level of salary, then you also understand what I'm talking about. So, but as a newbie,
hello, sir.
what you need to learn is learn the rudiments of the profession, learn the technical skills, learn the experience. These are the key things that will take you to the next level where you begin to look at salary now. Okay, your experience is very, very key.
Okay.
I know money is very, very important. I am not disputing that. I'm not saying it is not good. It is. But I'm telling you, based on experience, based on the kind of environment we have found ourselves, a lot of employers are not ready to pay you well, especially here in Nigeria. Most employers would, even when you are experienced, you see them wanting to give you peanuts. That's because of there is no competition here, where we have multinationals all over the place, and then people are just shifting jobs here and there. You know, that's because the economy is so bad that everybody's looking, even those who are employed, they are underemployed, meaning they are employed, but they are still looking for something better now. The reason is because they need more money. All right. So experience is as important as the money. But for now, as a newbie, as a beginner, your experience capability is what you should build on. Your experience capability is what you should build on. That is the key thing that you need. And then when you get to a certain point in your career, you will now begin to see the import of money. That means whatever is coming into your hand, you must reinvest it into your career. It's not a time to gallivant. It's not a time to buy. Well, it depends on your choice. But if I want to advise you, it's not a time to get. It's not a time to buy iPhone Pro Max and look good before everybody. No, it is actually a time to invest in your career and move yourself to the next level. I'm doing a course on level 7. Okay, strategic health and safety management and leadership. When I got that money, I could have spent that money in something else, but I paid 2.5 million naira to do that job. Now, why did I spend such money? Because I have a target. I'm looking out for something where when you get paid in a month, it can take care of a whole lot. That is the idea. It will give you a soft life. That is the way I see it. You know, so it's better you pay the price now and enjoy later, or you enjoy now and become irrelevant in the job market.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Ben. So we have another hand raised up, that of Madam Buki. You can mute and speak, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just to add to what Engineer Ben said, to answer the question that was asked, your experience is very important. And just as the experience is very important, we understand the economic situation in the country right now. But you can go online to check for some of these websites that offer free courses. Because when you go for all those free courses, it will give you a soft landing, first of all, to gather your experience. You have something to build on. So one of those sites is Allison.com. You can take note of it. So when you go to Allison.com, they have a wide range of courses that you can do for free. And from there, you'll be able to build yourself gradually, because to tell you the truth, even if you want to change your career from one field to the other, there's always a requirement. And those requirements, apart from experience, you need some of all those courses that will act as a tool to help you. So I just needed to add that. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me also thank you for your contribution. Because your contribution just reminded me. I remember when this Allison stuff started, I was one of the first guys who started with them. In fact, I started using the internet when the internet was not even all over the place because of the opportunity I had. So I took advantage of Alice. I did, in fact, I learned my using computer with Allison. I never went to an official computer school, but it was with Allison. I did a comprehensive course with Allison that took me almost 5 months to complete. So Allison, a platform, I put some resources here also where you can learn. You can also learn for free. I just added 3 because of time. I didn't have time to look for as many as they have. So like she had said, one of the key ways to quickly build your career, one of the key ways to quickly achieve experience is by engaging yourself with online studies, especially the courses that are free. And I mentioned that before. Because I couldn't afford NIBOSH then, I had to go for the smaller courses. Some of them I actually paid for. Some of them were 10 euros. Some of my friends helped me to even pay for some of them. But a lot of them I couldn't pay for. But I had to go for the free courses and started learning and adding that to my resume. That will now give you a soft landing. In fact, it was what helped me to get the job that moved me as a contract service worker in Shell and moved me to Abuja, where I became a project safety officer. So it's like jumping from a salary of 60,000. As at when I was leaving, my salary was 60,000. And then jumping from a salary of 60,000 to 250,000, you can see the leap. That is when I think money have some level of values, not now. You know, so it was the courses I have done that gave me that push. And then when I got to that level, then I did what I need to do. So that is the way it is. So take advantage of, so it's even easier. Like I said, it's easier for this generation because when we started, there was nothing like that. It was not all over the place. We are just beginning to understand what the internet is all about and begin to use them. And some people are not opportune to start using the internet until 2000. But I was privileged. So, but the time I was privileged, I use it for productive purposes. All right. So take advantage of the advice she has given and follow suit, and you will not regret it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I'll be going over to the chat box. We have a few questions, and there I'll be reading the first one from Sylvia. She's asking, what certifications or learning paths would you suggest for someone currently working as an HSE intern, but eager to transition into a more permanent safety role, especially when most jobs are requesting NIBOSH and many of us can't afford it? Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you for the question. We are still saying the same thing. You're already an HSE intern. You're already in the field. You're already there. Okay? Leverage on that. As an intern in health and safety, you are learning the basics. So leverage on that. For now, you cannot afford NIBOSH. Do what we have said. Look for courses. For instance, OSHA Train, OSHA Academy. OSHA Academy is a platform where you can learn real safety, and then you can now pay for your certificates when you need them or when you have money to pay for them. But you have gotten the skills, you have gotten the experience, and they are also meaningful, very useful in your resume. Okay, so take advantage of those courses. In fact, when I was doing OSHA Academy, their professional courses, it took me 9 months to finish because I did all the professional courses there: general health and safety, oil and gas, construction, general industry. I did all of them, and that took me about 9 months to complete. So that is where it is. Take the time, sit down, begin to spend your data doing things like that will improve your career. I hope this answers your question.
Yes, it
Okay,
does. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So we'll be going over to the next on the agenda, which is presentation of certificates to our presenter. So just give me some seconds to bring up the certificates. Okay, so I'll be calling on Dr. Henry to do the presentation of certificates. Over to you, sir, Dr. Henry.
All right, thank you very, very much, Engineer Ben Naworio, for your very, very insightful presentation. On behalf of the American Society of Safety Professionals, Nigerian chapter, we present this certificate of recognition to you for volunteering in the ASSP Nigerian chapter as a speaker on the topic continuous professional development as a vehicle for career development. This will be shared with you subsequently by, I believe, the chairman of the Learning and Development Committee. So thank you very much, and we look forward to future presentations from you. We would always tap on the knowledge and experience that you have. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much, Dr. Henry.
Thank you very much, Dr. Henry. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the President, Tolu, and members of the ESCO Secretary and every other members of the ESCO for the opportunity to serve. It's an honor, you know, our commitment is to protect life and property. So part of sharing our knowledge is also a way of helping colleagues, those who are new in the profession, to also make a living for themselves. So thank you very much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Abanom, as well, for coordinating this session. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Sorry, please let them know, those who, if they need further clarification, they can reach you probably or reach me to get further clarification because of time constraint.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So we're going on to the next on the agenda, which is update from the SSP Nigerian chapter and global. Over to you, Mr. Bumi.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening to everyone on this call. I hope I'm audible enough.
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Once again, I want to thank the facilitator and the subject matter expert too for this wealth of experience that you have given to us. We are deeply honored and we are grateful. Just like Dr. Henry has said, that please don't get tired when we call you again for you to come and still share some wealth of your experience to us. Thank you very much, and we are deeply grateful. So without wasting much of our time, just one or two few updates at the moment. And the one I want to bring to the house is, yes, with respect to our registration. From Global, I know that they've said that there might be an increase in registration, but be rest assured that from the back end, from the ESCOs, and also from the chairman of the membership himself, by name Ambassador Makodia, who is working tirelessly and communicating with Global to make a case for African countries, in particular Nigeria, to see how to maintain that amount so that it doesn't get increased as the Global have sent earlier. So let's be rest assured that we will get a positive feedback from Global. But please let this not discourage any one of us from not being a member. Please, let's still keep doing what we have been doing, and then keep this professional body keeping the flag flying as usual. Okay, the second update I just want to share to the House is the president at the moment is unavoidably absent, and this is due to the fact that he is trying to get prepared for the burial arrangement of his late wife. That has been brought on the platform, so please, as much as possible, we can get in touch with him, just to put him in prayers. And he also too, I'm sure that he's here with us in spirit. And these are just some basic information and updates coming from the ESCOs. And the WhatsApp platform is there for us to engage ourselves. Once there's any other updates, of course, be rest assured that that can be placed on the platform. For others that might be also on this call that we want to join, I saw some messages on the platform, on the message saying that how can you become a member? Please, just after this knowledge sharing series, we'll get in touch with you and we'll tell you how to go about it. Rest assured, we'll get in touch with you. I think that's it from my side and from the ESCO. Thank you very much once more for all your participation. Thank you. Over to you, Abano.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bumi. Much appreciated. So we are on item 7. This is not for food. It's just to give the closing remarks on behalf of the chapter president. I'll call on Dr. Cynthia. She's also one of the chapter executives.
Thank you very much for calling on me to give the closing remarks. I want to say, first of all, thank you, Sir Engineer Benjamin Nworio, for sharing this wealth of knowledge on how to develop our career as HSSC professionals. I also want to thank everyone that has joined in. You know, learning is a continuum. We can't say that we have learned enough. It's only the dead that cannot learn. So I want to say a big applause to you. Well done. Keep it up. We will all meet again. It will only get better in ASSP, even in this year, 2024. We are channeled and we are channeled and plugged to do better. So I encourage us to follow us on any of our pages, especially on our WhatsApp. Follow us, see what we're doing, and join. Together, we'll make things better. I want to use this opportunity to also charge us to please reach out to our president at this point in time. And I want to say, whatever we do, we should have safety in mind, even as we begin the process. Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Mrs. Cynthia Obiora, an associate professor of HSC. And I want to say, do have a good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. So moving to the last on the agenda, which is pictures. If it is safe and convenient for you to do so, you can turn on your videos while we take a snapshot of the meeting. I don't know if it's possible for... Okay. I don't know if it's possible for Mr. Bumi to assist us with that, to take a snapshot of our video. So if it is safe and convenient for you to do so.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so I think from our attendant here, what I'm seeing is I have to take this picture twice because it's a 2-page thing. So I'm on the first page at the moment. So this snapshots will taken 2 times. So I take the people on the first page, then after that I move to the second page and tell every person to turn on their camera. Okay, so let's see, just give me a minute. Okay, we're taking the snapshot in 3, 2, 1. Okay, just a minute. So So sorry, that didn't take, please. So sorry, please. Let me do that again. Okay, turn on the cameras.
My smile has expired, though.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm making sure that I have to get everybody. Everybody. That's what I'm trying to do, to catch everybody. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Thank you very much. So I'll be going to the second screen. Okay, so I'm going there now. All right, so on the second page, I can see a lot of people, but just few people here are on their cameras on. I can just see 3 people's camera on here. I can see Mr. Ainla. I can see Mr. Destiny. Okay, go again. Madam Grace, I think I can see you're also trying to adjust your camera. Okay, good. I can see that. Mr. Destiny,
You
I
can
can
call their
see
name
you.
so that they can on their cameras. You can call their name,
Okay,
they can
so
on their
if
cameras.
it's safe, okay. If it's safe for you, just like Abanoma said. So I have Theophilus here. Your camera is not turned on. You're
Maybe
Kenny.
they
Okay,
are not
thank you,
ready.
Mr.
Maybe they don't want to show. Let's just take it.
Okay, okay, fine, that's okay.
Theophilus is on.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'll be taking in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you very much. That has been taken. So
Okay.
I'll be putting that too on the WhatsApp platform for you guys to see the snapshot. Thank you very much, and I deeply appreciate. Abanam, over to you for
Okay,
final
thank you very
closing.
much, Mr. Bumi. So this climax the session for today. The meeting is streamed to YouTube and also recorded there. So if you want to play back to see learnings and insight that was shared on the platform, then you can go back to our YouTube page, ASSP Nigerian chapter on YouTube. Thank you very much, and do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay
And
safe.
you too. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye. They hate my voice.
Everyone. And Engineer Benjamin, thank you so much. Thank you for the knowledge sharing.
Thank you too. Thank you too.
Abanon, thank you.
Thank you.